There is a particular need that is peculiar to every human being on planet Earth, and that need is a need for food. Everyone has to eat to survive. It is a basic and essential need for everyone on the planet Earth. Now, in a place and in a country like Nigeria, especially if you reside in Lagos, where the whole bustle and bubble of activity is always up, most times people wake up so early and they are stuck in traffic and they are coming back so late, and people don't have that time. If you're coming back late, where are you going to find the time to cook? So we've seen that a lot of people have settled for going to restaurants, going to fast food, going to casual dining restaurants to just grab a quick meal and just eat so that they can survive. Now, with this growing demand for food, which is a basic necessity, a business gap has been created. And it is a gap where people can venture into, and that is the food business. People who operate food business are cashing out and are making lots of money because it is an essential need to survive. So if you're currently thinking about, maybe you enjoy cooking and you want to explore that business line, in this video I'm going to share with you how you can start a food business in Nigeria. Welcome to Ask an Expert. This is a platform where entrepreneurs in Nigeria and Africa can find business-related information relevant to our uniqueness as a people. I go by the name Mac-Ann OBZ, M to the A to the C to the A to the double N-E, and you're welcome once again on the show. If today is your first time of just stopping by, or maybe you've been watching the video but you're yet to click the subscribe button, please, I just want you to do that right now. Click on the subscribe button and turn on the bell notification so that you get notified every week we drop a new video. So are you ready to learn? Alright, so let's log in. You cannot deny this. You've done this before. I know you have done it. Like, you cannot deny it, especially if you're above 20. Like, you would tell me that you've never stopped by at a restaurant to grab a quick meal or to eat food. So you see, everyone, even from 15, let's just put it at above 20. But you know that at some point in your life, you have stopped by at a restaurant, or maybe not even you, for the ladies watching this video, maybe a guy just asks you out. And when guys ask you out, definitely they take you to a restaurant and they give you food. Even if a guy does not give you food, you're going to be angry. Like, can you imagine, that guy took me out and he did not even buy me food? So you see that you visited a restaurant. So there are different kinds of restaurants. And before we jump into how you can start a food business in Nigeria, let's explore some of the kind of restaurants that you can find in Nigeria. Now, the first and one of the most popular restaurants in Nigeria is called fast food. This is also referred to as QSR, that is quick service restaurant. This is the kind of restaurant where you just jump in and you grab a quick meal. Most times the people who own this restaurant are individuals or small business owners. They usually cook the food in large quantity and they put it in like big cooler or flask. So when people want to buy, they buy over the counter, and most times people buy takeaway. So they come with their flags, or they just buy takeaway and leave, because the environment of the fast food are not usually so polished sometimes. So most times people just buy food over the counter and they go. So this is the first kind of restaurant. The second type of restaurant that you would find obtainable in Nigeria is called the casual dining restaurant. Now, the casual dining restaurant is a bit above the fast food. Now, it is located in a casual environment where people can just come in, sit in, hang out and eat in that location. Unlike the fast food where people just grab the food and they don't want to eat in that location, the casual dining restaurant, it's more tushed or polished a bit, and people can just sit there and eat. Another interesting thing about the casual dining restaurant is that it has menu where people can just choose the kind of meal they want to eat and it is served to them. The third kind of restaurant you'll find in Nigeria is called the fine dining restaurant. Like, this is the classy, the exquisite, beautiful restaurant that has this beautiful ambience that once you just step in, you just don't want to leave. One thing you should know is that it's quite expensive to start and to run this kind of restaurant. These restaurants usually have trained professionals and waiters who are there to serve you. They have different variety of meal, and the beautiful thing about this restaurant is the lighting, the ambience, the environment, and it's usually the target audience are usually people who love premium service and are willing to pay premium for food. So these are the classy people, working class people, where they just go hang out. Another thing is, most times when people want to propose to ladies, this is the kind of restaurant they take them to. It's not, nobody said it, I'm just the one saying this, but yes, the fine dining restaurants are usually beautiful. Now, the fourth kind of restaurant you're going to find in Nigeria is called the ethnic restaurant. Now, this is the kind of restaurant that it is built to meet people who are from different culture, people are from different countries and different orientation. So most times the people, with the way Nigeria is growing, we have different people come into Nigeria from different parts of the world, from different countries for business purposes. So these kind of restaurants are built to serve those foreign expatriates that come into Nigeria. So we have some of them at the Chinese restaurant, you have the Thai restaurant, the Japanese, the Italian, the Jamaican, the French, the Korea, the Indian, German, Japanese, etc. Recently, I visited the Thai restaurant in Lagos and I decided to explore the meal, and it was interesting. So this kind of restaurant is very expensive to run, and it's usually targeted at the foreigners who come into Nigeria. So now that you've known the different kind of restaurants that are obtainable in Nigeria, let's now go into how you can start a food business in Nigeria. Now, in the Nigerian restaurants, there are different opportunities for you if you're looking to launch into there, depending on your location and your budget. But here are some few points you need to consider in starting a food business in Nigeria. The first point you should take note of is to choose a unique concept. Just like we discussed earlier, we said restaurants come in different forms, so you need to know the type you're going for. Would you want a fast food which requires little capital to start, or would you want to go for a casual dining restaurant? So whatever you're choosing to go for, it depends on your budget and the location you're looking at. But there are some few questions you need to pay attention to if you are going to choose a unique concept for your restaurant. Now, the first question is to ask yourself, what are the kind of audience, what are the kind of customers I am looking at? You should also consider your location and the type of people you will be targeting. So consider your location and the type of people you'll be targeting. Consider their income level. What is their income level? Can they afford a fine dining or an ethnic restaurant? Okay, so do your study. Are they people who are currently studying, or are they working? Are they young people, or are they married people? Now, from experience, I've discovered that while I was a student, most of the restaurants that were operational around my school environment were the fast food, because you have students there, and students there are looking for something that is cheap and easy for them. Now, when I'm now working, I'm based in the Federal Capital Territory, Abuja. You see that the kind of restaurants around the city are, we have fine dining restaurant, and we also have the casual restaurant. So check your target audience. Are they students? Are they young people? Are they married? So these are the things you need to consider in choosing a unique concept for your restaurant. The second point you should consider is to pick an appropriate location. See, let's say the truth. The success or the failure of your business, of your restaurant, is largely hinged on the location where it is located. So you need to do your analysis correctly. For example, if you're looking at opening a fine dining restaurant, which you should target people who are working class, and also maybe family oriented people who live in a residential environment. You should also pay attention to the space of the fine dining restaurant you're looking at opening, because your target customers are people who have car. They want to drive in, to have a good time, to eat and to go out. And you also check the rent, because you don't want to spend too much money on the rent and at the end you're not making profit from the restaurant you're choosing to open. So pay attention to the location. Once you've decided on the kind of customers you're looking for and the budget you have, then the next thing is to get a nice location. Also, if you're looking at a fine dining restaurant, make sure it is in a security conscious environment where people can just come and they are relaxed. They should not be afraid of, oh, if I come into this location, area boys would stop me, take my money, take my phone or something like that. So these are the things you need to pay attention to. Location is key to the success or the failure of your restaurant business. The third thing to consider is to have a business plan. Have a business plan. Now, there are different licenses and permits that you need before you start up your restaurant business. It depends on the location or the environment where you find yourself. So I would encourage you to, make inquiries and get those licenses and the permits you need before you start up. But we all know that the general one needed for everyone in Nigeria is to first of all have their business registered with the Corporate Affairs Commission, CAC. So after that, it's also important you have a business plan. Now you may be like, I'm not seeking for grants. I don't need investors or the rest of it. Yes, whether you're seeking for grants or you're not, maybe you have the whole capital to start up your business. It is important for you to have a business plan, because you just need to have a plan on paper. It doesn't have to be so elaborate with all the details as if you're seeking for funding, but just a little thing to get you started, because you need to determine the number of staff you need. You also need to determine the kind of menu. You also need to determine what location you're going to source for the ingredients you're going to use for your food. You also need to determine the layout, the seating arrangement, the capacity, the ambience, the equipment like refrigerator, other things you need. So you need a business plan to give you direction. So consider the kind of equipment you need and a whole lot of other things. It's also important for you to consider your competitor to see if you stand a chance of even surviving in that business. How many customers are they making? How much do they make? So you need to check out the competitors in the location where you're looking at starting, so that to see if your business stands a chance of surviving in that environment. Now, the fourth point is to go ahead, execute and start up your business. This is so important. A lot of people spend time doing analysis. It ends up leading to paralysis because they end up not executing that business they have been planning. So yes, this is the time where you go all out and execute that plan you already have. So after doing all your research, location, and now finally getting the perfect location that would meet the kind of clients you need, then go ahead and start. There are some tips that's going to help you to be successful. One of it is hygiene. Food quality and customer service should never be compromised for anything. Listen, make sure your environment is clean. It will make your customers keep coming. It's so easy to have a beautiful environment. Everyone's looking all flashy, all glittering. But what will keep your customers coming back and what will make you successful in the long run is your customer service, the quality of your food. Let the quality be top notch. I bet you people will become ambassadors of your restaurant. Okay, and also the hygiene is so important. The second point I need you to consider to be successful is perseverance, hard work and patience. Remember, Rome was not built in a day. You've got to persevere. You need to put in the hard work and then be patient, because with time you're going to reap the dividend of your investment if you actually follow through some of the tips we've helped you. You can go ahead and make more research before you launch your food business, but we believe that the few tips we've shared with you would give you the head start, or will help you clarify your ideas to go ahead and start. So in conclusion, I want you to know that anyone regardless of your gender, can start up this kind of business. Okay, now all you just need to do is remember, like I said, be patient. It's gonna be a little bit difficult maybe at first, but in the long run you're just gonna find it successful and you're gonna enjoy it. If you've got any question, please feel free to ask the question in the comment section or send us a mail at axandexpertsng@gmail.com. You can also visit our website at www.experts.ng/blog to find different business content to help you scale and to grow. If you found this video insightful and helpful, I want you to like this video, drop a comment and hit the subscribe button, and also feel free to share with your friends and your family or anyone who has been having this idea to start up a restaurant. Thank you so much. Till I come your way again, same time on the next episode of Ask an Expert. I remain